Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA, Sir Roger Randeep Rai, and Mr. and Mrs. Siddharth Pantan family. Honorable Mr. Justice A.P. Subba, former Judge, High Court of Sikkim, at present Lokayukta, Judge Lokayukta and High Court Lokadala. Learned judicial officers, learned designated senior advocates, learned panel advocates, distinguished guests, officers and officials of High Court of Sikkim and Sikkim SLSA, and participants to this propitious program. Today, we have all gathered here to celebrate the 77th Republic Day and also to remember the dedication of the architects of our Constitution who gave us a republic rooted in justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. On this propitious occasion, Sikkim SLSA has prepared a series of cultural performances to celebrate the spirit of our vibrant nation. We shall now begin with the felicitation of our honorable dignitaries who have graciously spared their valuable time to grace this occasion. May I request Mr. Praveen Pradhan, Deputy Secretary, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly offer khada and potted plant to our Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammad Mustaq, the Chief Justice, High Court of Sikkim, and Patron-in-Chief, Sikkim SLSA. May I now request Mrs. Dekha P. Pillai, Accounts Officer, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly offer khada and potted plant to our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice Meenakshi Madan Rai, Judge, High Court of Sikkim and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA. May I now request Mr. Gunganima Barfumpa, Under Secretary Sikkim SLSA, to kindly offer khada and potted plant to Sir Roger Randeep Rai. May I now request Mrs. Chiring Ongo Bhutia, Office Superintendent, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly offer khada and potted plant to Honorable Mr. Justice A.P. Subba, former Judge, High Court of Sikkim. Thank you. To formally welcome our honorable dignitaries and distinguished guests, may I now request Mrs. Shamita Sharma, Learned Member Secretary, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly present the welcome address.
Good morning. Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammad Mustaq, the Chief Justice, High Court of Sikkim, Patron-in-Chief, Sikkim SLSA, and Ms. Aisha Zanab Kenza. Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Madan Rai, Judge, High Court of Sikkim, and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA, Sir Roger Randeep Rai. Honorable Mr. Justice A.P. Subba, former Judge, High Court of Sikkim, at present Judge Lokayukta and Sikkim High Court, Sikkim Lokadala High Court. Learned judicial officers under Sikkim Superior Judicial Service and Sikkim Judicial Service, learned Additional Advocate General, the Deputy Solicitor General of Sikkim, learned designated senior advocates, learned panel advocates, executive members of the bar, representatives from various institutions, paralegal volunteers, teachers in charge and students of legal literacy clubs in Sikkim, officers and officials of High Court of Sikkim and Sikkim SLSA, members of media and dear friends. Republic Day stands as a reaffirmation of the ideals embodied in our Constitution: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. For Sikkim SLSA, these constitutional values are not merely guiding principles, but form the core of our everyday endeavor to ensure equal access to justice, particularly for the marginalized, vulnerable, and disadvantaged sections of the society. On behalf of Sikkim SLSA, it is my privilege to stand here amidst this august gathering and extend a warm and respectful welcome to you all on the occasion of the 77th Republic Day of our great nation. I would like to extend my heartiest welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammad Mushtaq, the Chief Justice, High Court of Sikkim, and Patron-in-Chief, Sikkim SLSA, for his Lordship's gracious presence as the chief guest of today's program. Thank you for your presence, Lordship. We are also deeply honored by the august presence of Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Madan Rai, Judge, High Court of Sikkim, and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA, as the guest of honor. Thank you for your presence, leadership, and a warm welcome to Sir Roger Randeep Rai. Kindly permit me to place on record our sincere gratitude and profound appreciation to Her Lordship's exemplary leadership and enduring contribution to the growth of Sikkim SLSA on this occasion. During Her Lordship's tenure as Executive Chairperson, this authority has achieved significant institutional milestones. These include the strengthening and effective functioning of legal aid clinics across districts, including the legal aid clinic at the Sikkim Central Prison Rongek, expansion of paralegal volunteer services in both urban and rural areas, and the systematic promotion of legal literacy clubs in schools, thereby instilling constitutional values among young citizens at an early age. Initiatives focusing on legal awareness, counseling, and pre-litigation resolution have been strengthened, reflecting Her Lordship's emphasis on compassionate and responsive justice delivery. Her Lordship's leadership has also reflected in enhanced outreach to institutionalized and vulnerable groups, including residents of old age homes, rehabilitation centers, children's home, and correctional institutions, ensuring that legal aid is not confined to courtrooms but reaches those most in need. Further, under Her Lordship's guidance, Sikkim SLSA has embraced documentation, transparency, and institutional memory, culminating in the presentation of the short video to be screened today, which captures the authority's journey and achievements from 2015 to December 2025. This video stands as a testament to the sustained efforts, innovations, and impact of Sikkim SLSA, many of which have been consolidated and scaled during Her Lordship's tenure. Her Lordship's unwavering focus on efficiency, accountability, and dignity in legal aid services has inspired all stakeholders, judicial officers, paralegal volunteers, and staff to work with renewed commitment and purpose. The authority remains deeply grateful to Her Lordship's constant guidance and principled stewardship. Thus, today's celebration is both a tribute to our constitutional heritage and a reaffirmation of our collective resolve to uphold the constitutional promise for justice for all and free legal aid. I would also like to express my gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice A.P. Subba, former Judge, High Court of Sikkim, for his kind presence. Once again, I extend a heartfelt welcome to all our guests and participants, and thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence.
Thank you, Madam, for that gracious and well-articulated welcome. To enrich this occasion with a touch of our rich cultural heritage, we have Kathak Darbari dance performance by students of Nityanjali Dance Academy. Tadong, kindly welcome them with a warm round of applause. After a mesmerizing performance by the talented students of Nityanjali Dance Academy, we shall transit from the world of sight to the world of sound to add a cultural touch to this formal gathering we have a song titled Prayer of Sikkim, celebrating the beauty, culture, and spirit of our beloved state, which is being presented by the children from Rainbow Children Home, Lingdo. Kindly welcome them with a warm round of applause. After a wonderful presentation by the Rainbow Children Home, the next performance pays a tribute to the spirit of our country, its courage, its culture, and its people. Kindly welcome the children from the Child Care Institute, Pojagari, with a warm round of applause.
बड़ी मुझसे दोस्तों कदम पे देखो जीत घड़ी का मुझे कब से इंतजार था आज की शाम का अब देखो क्या करता है ये पता हिंदुस्तान का तो किसी के भी आगे झुका नहीं हाँ मैं हूँ उस देश का तू बैठ के ले नजारा स्क्रैम्बल और बेस का सीधा चलूं या चलूं ढाई ढाई चाल मैं खेल मेरा होगा ये देख लंबी रेस का मिट्टी का कैसे है मैं मर के भी चुकाऊंगा तुझे मिट्टी कर दूंगा या फिर मिट्टी में मिल जाऊंगा तो भी कहा था मैं वो करके दिखाऊंगा इंडिया से हूँ खाली हाथ नहीं जाऊंगा मैं जम के पकड़ झाड़ दूंगा तुझको मैं उखाड़ दूंगा जहाँ से तू आया है ना वहीं तुझे गाड़ दूंगा तेरी जमीन पे आज तुझे ही पखाड़ दूंगा झंडा इंडिया का बेटे गाड़ दूंगा
After an exhilarating performance by the children from Child Care Institution, Pojagari, we shall now play a short video showcasing the activities undertaken by Sikkim SLSA from the year 2015 to December 2025.
The Sikkim State Legal Services Authority was established in 1998 as a statutory body under Section 6 of the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987. The office was initially located at the Old Chief Justice Bungalow, Forest Colony, Gangtok. On 26 May 2007, the office of Sikkim SLSA was relocated from Forest Colony, Gangtok to Development Area, Gangtok. Later, the office building was again shifted to Sitche near Power Substation on 13 October 2011. The new SLSA office building at Development Area Gangtok was completed and inaugurated on 2nd May 2015. Under Section 9 of the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987, read with Rule 10 of the Sikkim SLSA Rules 1995, 6 DLSAs are constituted in all the districts across Sikkim. Additionally, 11 Taluk Legal Services Committees are constituted in all the talukas. The Sikkim SLSA has empaneled 184 panel lawyers across all districts to conduct legal aid cases, provide legal counseling, and support legal awareness programs. In addition, 216 paralegal volunteers have been trained statewide to assist DLSAs and TLSAs in legal aid camps, monitoring of police stations, victim support under the POCSO Act, and facilitation of welfare schemes for senior citizens. Sikkim SLSA has appointed 29 remand advocates to ensure that no accused remains unrepresented in the court. In addition, 7 retainer lawyers for SLSAs and DLSAs to manage front offices, visit childcare institutions, and to provide legal counseling to children in need of care and protection and children in conflict with the law. Free legal aid is provided to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, women and children, victims of trafficking and disasters, persons with disabilities or mental illness, industrial workmen, persons in custody, and individuals with an annual income below rupees 3 lakhs. Mediation was introduced in the year 2009. The first mediation center was established in the office of Sikkim SLSA Gangtok on 11th May 2009, followed by mediation centers being set up in 3 districts of Sikkim. Under MCPC, Supreme Court, Sikkim SLSA has trained 68 mediators. Pre-litigation mediation for commercial disputes has been implemented with effect from 2nd June 2022. A special mediation drive titled Mediation for the Nation was launched on 23rd July 2025. The Sikkim SLSA conducts National Lok Adalats, High Court Lok Adalats, and Lok Adalats across districts and talukas. Following the landslide at Mantam village, Mangan district, the Sikkim SLSA, in coordination with the government and Disaster Management Authority, directed the DLSAs and TLSAs to undertake measures aimed at reducing the crisis period. During the landslide at Lower Mangan, DLSA Mangan provided legal assistance by facilitating relief measures and coordinating damage assessments for early compensation. DLSA Gyaltsing visited landslide-affected area to provide legal assistance in coordination with other government departments. On 4th October 2023, the glacial South Lonak Lake in Sikkim was triggered by a massive landslide of frozen moraine into the South Lonak Lake, causing a glacial lake outburst flood. On 6th October 2023, a team led by Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Madan Rai, Judge, High Court of Sikkim, and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA, visited relief camps set up by the government at Majitar Rampu and Singtam with the officials of Sikkim SLSA and panel advocates. Legal aid clinics were set up at Singtam and Rampu Bazaar, wherein a team of panel advocates along with staff members of Sikkim SLSA provided legal counseling to the affected persons. A team led by the Member Secretary of Sikkim SLSA and Chairperson of DLSA North coordinated with the District Administration to provide relief materials. The DLSA Namshi team visited the affected area and provided timely legal support. On 1st June 2025, a massive landslide and flash flood in Mangan district caused the Teesta River to swell by 35 to 40 feet. A legal aid clinic was set up at Pakyong Airport to assist evacuated tourists, and legal aid was provided to affected persons in the impacted areas. Following a massive landslide at Rimbi, Gyaltsing district, the DLSA Gyaltsing team visited the affected area to provide timely legal support and coordinate relief measures with government departments. Helpline numbers of NALSA and Sikkim SLSA were disseminated to all the disaster-affected areas. Awareness programs are being conducted on NALSA, Legal Services to Disaster Victims through Legal Services Authority Scheme 2010 across all districts of Sikkim. On 2nd July 2016, a sensitization program on the NALSA legal services to victims of trafficking and commercial sexual exploitation scheme 2015 was held for judicial officers, senior advocates, police, social welfare officials, public prosecutors, panel advocates, voluntary health association members, and paralegal volunteers. In 2016, under the guidance of Honorable Executive Chairperson Sikkim SLSA, constituted a team of panel advocates alongside Anti-Human Trafficking Unit, Criminal Investigation Department branch, and Social Welfare Department officials to conduct awareness programs on the POCSO Act 2012, the Sikkim Anti-Drugs Act 2006, and central and state welfare schemes in all 179 government and private schools of Sikkim. These programs commenced on 27 August 2016 and concluded in March 2025. On 9 November 2020, under the NALSA Victims of Trafficking Scheme 2015, a meeting was held at the Sikkim SLSA Conference Hall with state government officials to provide sex workers with identification documents, ration cards, voter ID cards, and other cards. A training program for stakeholders on protection of children from sexual offences POCSO Act 2012 and Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2016 was held on 26 November 2022 at Sikkim Judicial Academy. Trained paralegal volunteers are deployed in police stations to monitor reports of missing children. In the year 2022, Sikkim SLSA has published emergency contact numbers for women in distress, which were distributed to all schools and during awareness programs conducted by DLSAs and TLSAs. On 10th December 2016, the NALSA Legal Services to Workers in the Unorganized Sector Scheme 2015 was launched at Nathang, East Sikkim, at an altitude of approximately 13,500 feet, along with a medical health camp, awareness programs on various dates conducted by DLSAs and TLSAs under the NALSA Legal Services to the Workers in the Unorganized Sector Scheme 2015 across all districts of Sikkim. On 22nd May 2022, Sikkim SLSA, in coordination with the Labour Department and under the aegis of NALSA, organized a legal awareness and outreach program along with a free medical camp at Kupuk, Gangtok district at an altitude of approximately 13,066 feet. In 2019, Sikkim SLSA conducted sensitization programs on the POCSO Act 2012, Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007, and the Juvenile Justice Act 2015. Paralegal volunteers were sensitized as support persons under the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Model Rules 2016. Under the directions of Honorable Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA, dedicated medical examination rooms for POCSO and rape victims have been established at new STNM Multi-Speciality Hospital, Sochakang, and all three district hospitals, Gyalshing, Mangan, and Namchi. A special cell has also been constituted to monitor the rehabilitation and livelihood progress of POCSO survivors aged 18 years and above. The DLSA Gangtok conducted online training programs for LSUC members on 15th and 17th February 2025. Owing to the shortage of resource persons in other districts, the training was extended to the members of the units at the district level virtually. Under the NALSA Child-Friendly Legal Services for Children Scheme 2024, quarterly refresher training programs and monthly activities by LSUC members have been incorporated into the State Plan of Action. Awareness programs are being organized consistently by DLSAs and TLSAs across the state to ensure outreach at the grassroots level. The Sikkim SLSA has constituted Specialized Legal Services Units for Children, LSUCs, for a period of 2 years in all 6 districts. The Sikkim SLSA has been broadcasting dedicated legal awareness programs on Doordarshan and All India Radio covering key child protection laws. ASHA units have been constituted under the District Legal Services Authorities in all 6 districts. On 2nd September 2017, the NALSA Legal Services to the Mentally Ill and Mentally Disabled Persons Scheme 2015 was launched at Chintan Bhavan, Gangtok, chaired by the Honorable Executive Chairperson of Sikkim SLSA in the presence of Honorable Judge, High Court of Sikkim and other dignitaries. On 10th October 2018, the Mental Health Program for employees of government departments was launched at the Sikkim Judicial Academy, Sokethan, on the occasion of World Mental Health Day. Since 2018, Sikkim SLSA has been conducting ongoing positive mental health programs for employees of various government departments. Since 2019, Sikkim SLSA, in collaboration with the State Tuberculosis Cell and Health and Family Welfare Department, are conducting awareness programs and tuberculosis screening under the Mission Mode campaign for prevention and eradication of tuberculosis in various colleges across Sikkim. Weekly yoga sessions are conducted at Rongik Prison, and a 5-day basic yoga training was held at Rongik and Boomta prisons to train inmates as master trainers. Under the NALSA Legal Services to the Mentally Ill and Mentally Disabled Persons Scheme 2015, a training program was conducted at Chintan Bhavan, Gangtok for 384 teachers appointed as counselors to address students' mental health issues and provide counseling to students and their parents. Since 22nd September 2023, quarterly mental health camps have been organized at Rongik and Boomta prisons in coordination with Sikkim Manipal University's Department of Psychiatry and the Health and Family Welfare Department. The State Mental Review Board, in coordination with the Women, Child, Senior Citizen and Divyangjan Welfare Department, has nominated social welfare officers to act as guardians for destitute persons with mental illness requiring hospital treatment in the absence of their legal guardians. Free psychiatric and psychological counseling has been provided to persons with terminal illnesses and those undergoing treatment for tuberculosis. A nodal officer has been appointed by the Health and Family Welfare Department and ensure that psychiatrists provide counseling to convicts sentenced to 7 years or more, supporting them in coping with their sentence and maintaining mental well-being. Pamphlets received from the Health and Family Welfare Department and Women, Child, Senior Citizen and Divyangjan Welfare Department were compiled and circulated to the DLSAs and other stakeholders to facilitate wider public outreach. Quarterly refresher training for LSUM members is conducted by DLSA under the State Plan of Action. DLSAs and TLSAs are conducting awareness camps in collaboration with various government departments. A specialized legal services unit, Manunye, LSUM, has been constituted for 2 years in all 6 districts. All India Radio and Doordarshan programs featured the Mental Health Care Act 2017 and the NALSA Legal Services to the Mentally Ill and Disabled Persons Scheme 2015 for public awareness. A request has been made to the Chief Secretary, Government of Sikkim, to direct the Health and Family Welfare Department to allocate space in all 6 districts for legal aid clinics under LSUM. On 11 September 2016, the NALSA Effective Implementation of Poverty Alleviation Scheme 2015 was launched at the District Court Complex, Gyalching. Sikkim SLSA has published a booklet compiling various state and central government welfare schemes. DLSAs and TLSCs are conducting awareness programs on the NALSA Effective Implementation of Poverty Alleviation Schemes 2015. On 15th July 2017, the NALSA Protection and Enforcement of Tribal Rights Scheme 2015 was launched at the Community Hall, Mangan District. Awareness programs are being conducted by the SLSA, DLSAs, and TLSCs across all districts of Sikkim. On 23rd April 2023, Sikkim SLSA, in coordination with DLSA Namchi, organized a mega legal awareness and outreach program on the NALSA Protection and Enforcement of Tribal Rights Scheme 2015 at Kishan Market, Namchi District. Awareness programs and mega legal awareness programs on NALSA Tribal Rights Scheme are being conducted by the DLSAs and TLSCs. Awareness programs under the Samvad scheme are being conducted by DLSAs and TLSCs. On 2nd September 2017, the NALSA Legal Services to the Victims of Drug Abuse and Eradication of Drug Menace Scheme 2015 was launched at Chintan Bhavan, Gangtok. Awareness programs and counseling sessions are conducted for under-trial prisoners and convicts along with their families. The International Day Against Drug Abuse is observed annually on 26th June. Counseling sessions for under-trial prisoners and convicts are provided on a rotational basis by counselors from 5 rehabilitation centers and are conducted twice a week, once in physical mode and once through virtual mode. A daycare center for recovering substance abusers is functional at the old STNM Hospital, Gangtok, with counselors from Serenity Home, Lower Burtuk since January 2022. A drug de-addiction cum rehabilitation center with vocational facilities was established at Kichudumra, Namchi District, and inaugurated on 12 August 2022. High-level review meetings were chaired in 2021 to monitor construction progress, culminating in the completion and inauguration of the center. Awareness program on International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking for Convicts and UTPs, along with their family members at State Central Prison Rongik on 26 June 2025. Since 2024, psychiatrists and clinical psychologists have been conducting weekly visits to the State Central Prison Rongik and monthly visits to the District Prison Buntar. Under the directions of the Honorable Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA conducts quarterly general health checkups for under-trial prisoners and convicts. DLSAs and TLSCs have been conducting legal awareness programs in schools to sensitize students on substance abuse, mental health, and child protection laws. On 15th July 2017, the NALSA Legal Services to Senior Citizens Scheme 2016 was launched at the Community Hall, Mangan District, chaired by the Honorable Executive Chairperson of Sikkim SLSA, Honorable Judge, High Court of Sikkim, and other dignitaries. An awareness and sensitization program was held at Chumthang, North Sikkim, covering the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007, under the directions of the Honorable Executive Chairperson of Sikkim SLSA. Pharmaceutical companies in Sikkim, through CSR initiatives, provide health checkups and medicines at Ishwaramba Samiti Sang, Ranipur, and Li Al Raktong Tintek. Further, under other priority household scheme, with the intervention of Sikkim SLSA, the Food and Civil Supplies Department has been providing rations to these old age homes since April 2020. Geriatric wards have been earmarked in the STNM Multi-Speciality Hospital, Gangtok District, Singtam District Hospital, Namchi District Hospital, and Mangan District Hospital on the intervention of Sikkim SLSA. On 15th June 2025, Sikkim SLSA observed World Elder Abuse Awareness Day at MG Marg, Gangtok through legal aid stalls, awareness pamphlets, health and psychological checkups, screenings, and support to senior citizens. Senior Citizen Day is observed by the DLSAs and TLSCs on 1st October every year. Sikkim SLSA has published FAQs on the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007 in regional languages. A recreational cum medical camp center for senior citizens is being set up at Gangtok. Messages on the NALSA Legal Services to Senior Citizens Scheme 2016 and Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007 are being broadcast through All India Radio and Doordarshan. Till date, no cases of acid attack have been reported in the state of Sikkim. Criminal injuries compensation boards have been established for victims of acid attacks. The boards comprise the district and sessions judge as chairperson, with the district magistrate, DSP, and chief medical officer as members. The state government, on the initiative of Sikkim SLSA, has issued a notification banning over-the-counter sale of acid. Awareness programs under the NALSA Legal Services to Victims of Acid Attack Scheme 2016 are being conducted by DLSAs and TLSCs. Sikkim SLSA conducts legal awareness programs through Doordarshan, Gramin, Karyakram, and All India Radio, Kanuni Kura, including discussions on the NALSA Widows Access to Justice Scheme 2017, an open shelter home for women in distress, victims of sexual exploitation, or those facing domestic violence established by the state government is functioning at Burtuk near Helipad, Gangtok. Under the Indira Gandhi National Widow Pension Scheme, widows from economically backward sections receive 2,000 rupees per month, comprising 300 rupees from the center and 1,700 rupees as a state top-up. A one-time grant of rupees 20,000 is provided to widows of ex-servicemen. Sikkim SLSA assists widows in obtaining such reliefs from the government. Since 2022, Sikkim SLSA and DLSAs have been visiting childcare institutions and special schools for children with disabilities to safeguard the protection, welfare, and legal rights of children in need of care and protection, as well as children in conflict with the law. Of the 27 CCIs in Sikkim, 15 are run by NGOs and 12 by the government. Sikkim SLSA organized a training program for counselors, paralegal volunteers, ASHA, and Anganwadi workers to identify children with autism and other mental or intellectual disabilities in schools and villages. DLSA conducts awareness programs to sensitize the public against ostracizing such children and families and to promote support for their special needs. Trained paralegal volunteers are deputed to conduct in-depth surveys of differently abled children in their areas and submit reports to Sikkim SLSA for necessary action. The Sikkim SLSA, with the help of PLVs and in collaboration with the government departments, was able to procure birth certificate and unique disability identity card for 2 children. Sikkim SLSA broadcasts legal awareness programs on All India Radio and Doordarshan, covering the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016 and the NALSA Scheme for Mentally Ill and Disabled Persons 2015. Upon the direction of NALSA, Sikkim SLSA implemented the Legal Aid Defence Council scheme as a pilot project in Gangtok and Namchi districts, inaugurating Legal Aid Defence Council offices at ADR centres in Namchi on 22nd April 2023 and in Gangtok on 27 April 2023. Staffing pattern at Legal Aid Defence Council office at Gangtok and Namchi districts. Legal aid applications for under-trial prisoners from the State Central Prison Rongait and District Prison Buntar Namchi are now being routed to the newly established LADCS offices. Public awareness programs under the NALSA Financial Assistance for Dropout and Disadvantaged Children Scheme 2025 are actively conducted by DLSAs and TLSCs in collaboration with state government departments and integrated into the State Plan of Action for Sustained Outreach and Impact. Virtual orientation meeting for Jagriti unit members was conducted on 30th August 2025 at the office of Sikkim SLSA by the member secretary. Ex-servicemen across districts have been empaneled as paralegal volunteers to support the scheme, and a 4-day training under NALSA's revised PLB scheme and orientation induction refresher module was conducted from 17th to 20th September 2025. Legal services clinics for ex-servicemen have been established at Gangtok for North and East, Namchi and Gyalshing. Sikkim SLSA has actively conducted a wide range of outreach programs from 2015 to 2025 aimed at raising legal awareness and ensuring access to justice across the state. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and Legal Services Week from 8th to 14th November 2021, Sikkim SLSA conducted a pan-India awareness and outreach campaign engaging members of Lachen Zumsa, Army and ITBP personnel, local police, district administration and the public. In September 2022, a mega legal awareness and outreach program was held in Soreng and Gyalshing districts under various NALSA schemes including child-friendly legal services for victims of trafficking, senior citizens and differently abled children. In April 2023, a mega legal awareness and outreach program was held in Namchi district under various NALSA schemes including child-friendly legal services for senior citizens and the protection and enforcement of tribal rights. Mega legal awareness and outreach program along with medical health camp and exhibitions by students of Legal Literacy Club was held at Rangpu subdivision, Pakyong district on 29 April 2023. Outreach programs were also conducted during Mage Mela at Singtam and Jorthan. Micro-legal literacy programs and MG Narika programs are also being conducted by DLSAs and TLSCs across all the districts of Sikkim. Quiz contest held at Auditorium, High Court of Sikkim on 19th August 2017. On 2nd December 2017, a sensitization program on the registration of marriages for different religious communities in Sikkim was held at Chintan Bhawan, Gangtok, chaired by Honorable Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA. Debate competitions was held on 25th August 2018 at Chintan Bhawan, Gangtok, and on 29th September 2018 at the High Court Auditorium, Sikkim. Sikkim SLSA and DLSAs conduct training programs for panel advocates, including both physical and online sessions. A high-powered committee chaired by Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Madan Rai, Executive Chairperson of Sikkim SLSA, meets with members to address prison issues, including inmate welfare, legal compliance, release of eligible under-trial prisoners, convicts' remission, facility improvements, and health management. Training programs for paralegal volunteers and student PLVs are conducted under the revised PLV scheme, including orientation, induction, and refresher modules. Sikkim SLSA conducted a 3-day training for 2 convict paralegal volunteers at Rongek under NALSA's revised PLV scheme. Sikkim SLSA, along with DLSAs and TLSAs, observed International Yoga Day to promote physical and mental well-being. Observation of World AIDS Day to raise awareness on HIV/AIDS prevention, treatment, and overall health education. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities was observed to promote awareness, inclusion, and the rights of persons with disabilities. Observation of Constitution Day to promote awareness of the Constitution, citizens' rights, and legal literacy. Sikkim SLSA, along with DLSAs and TLSAs, observed National Legal Services Week to promote legal awareness, access to justice, and the provisions of various legal aid schemes. Sikkim SLSA provided PVC ceilings and refrigerators to old age homes to support their infrastructure and facilities. Legal literacy clubs in schools and legal literacy clinics in colleges and universities conduct various activities to promote legal awareness among students. Sikkim SLSA has produced awareness films including an animation on mediation and the short film Naya Manse on the Sikkim Anti-Drugs Act 2006 to educate the public on legal matters.
We shall now proceed to the segment where the representatives of the rehabilitation centers shall share their memoirs on reflecting on how the Sikkim SLSA's vision has transformed their ideas into action. May I now request Mr. Vedant Gautam from Freedom Facility Rehabilitation Center, Kathanchin, to kindly share his memoir.
Very good morning. Honorable Lordship, Honorable Judges, learned advocates, and other dignitaries present in the occasion. On this eve of Republic Day, I, Vedant Gautam from Freedom Facility, stand tall, proud, grateful, and humbled for getting this amazing opportunity to share my experience and feelings. About 26 years ago, social integration was an uphill task, as there were very few stakeholders who actually understood drug addiction as a disease. For individuals like myself and many, the blessings came in form of Sikkim State Legal Service Authority, who understood us and gave us an environment and an opportunity where we felt accepted, loved, and welcome. A beautiful, life-changing gesture was a step towards reaching out to jail cell inmates in form of counseling. We could reach out to the brothers and sisters up there in the jail and convey a message of life without drugs, a life with purpose and dignity. Today, I, a recovering substance abuser, getting to address the honorable dignitaries in such a grand event is once in a lifetime opportunity, and I express my humble gratitude, respect, and love from the family of Freedom Facility for making us feel wanted, accepted, and respected. I would like to end my sharing with few subtle words. The system that upholds its priorities and cares about its population always works for the betterment and upliftment of the society on equal democratic footage, hand in hand. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Amon Boris Lepcha from Serenity Home, Purtuk, to kindly share his memoir.
Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Sikkim, Justice A. Norman Star, Honorable Executive Chairperson, Justice Mrs. Meenakshi Matanai, honored dignitaries, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. As we gather today in the spirit of the 77th Republic Day, we are reminded of the ideals upon which our nation stands: justice, equality, fraternity, and the dignity of every human life. Republic Day is not merely a celebration of our Constitution, it is a reaffirmation of our collective commitment to ensure that no citizen is left behind, especially those who are vulnerable, voiceless, or forgotten by society. It is, therefore, a great privilege to speak before this august gathering about Serenity Home, an institution that has for over 2 decades consistently upheld its constitutional values through service, compassion, and evidence-based intervention. Serenity Home was founded on the 29th day of April 2005 as a project under the Bedzata Society located at Lower Burtuk, Manbir Colony, Gangtok. It is an information, research, and treatment center. For the past 21 years, Serenity Home has been actively and selflessly engaged in addressing substance and alcohol dependence through treatment, rehabilitation, awareness, and social reintegration. Our journey has seen challenges, but also opportunities. Opportunities to serve society and contribute towards building a healthier, safer, and more responsible community. I humbly submit to this distinguished audience that this work is not merely a profession for me, it is in many ways a sincere expression of gratitude to my family, my friends, and to society at large, whose compassion and decisions have made it possible for individuals like me suffering from the disease of addiction to find recovery and purpose. For long, addiction has been perceived as a sin, crime, or a moral failing. It has been associated with stigma and punishment rather than treatment and understanding. However, modern scientific evidence has firmly established addiction as a chronic, relapsing medical condition requiring structured rehabilitation, psychological support, and community-based aftercare. In this context, we consider ourselves truly fortunate to have witnessed leadership that was not only progressive in thought and ahead of our time, but also courageous in action. Her leadership, Justice Mrs. Meenakshi Madan Rai, was the first person holding a constitutional post to publicly advocate substance dependence as a disease and not merely as an offense. Most importantly, her leadership helped convert this understanding into a practical framework, working from the grassroots with organizations like ours, while also guiding the system toward a more human and scientific approach. Allow me to briefly highlight a few of her leadership's invaluable contributions. What makes her leadership's contribution extraordinary is that she did not view recovery as a single event, but as a complete ecosystem of care. At the foundational level, she envisioned and initiated Kichu Damra Rehabilitation Center in South Sikkim, a well-structured facility that is to become a pillar for treatment and long-term recovery, and we were privileged to support her during the groundwork. Recognizing that recovery does not end with discharge, Sikkim SLSA, under her leadership's guidance, further strengthened the chain to the daycare center at the old STNM complex, which serves as a crucial aftercare and reintegration platform. It supports individuals completing treatment from various centers, including those released from correctional institutions. It also enables counseling, assessment of physical and psychological needs, assistance to the homeless, and referral for further treatment, while ensuring confidentiality and dignity. The center also facilitates Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous meetings and contributes to public awareness initiatives such as the annual Changu Ultra Marathon focusing on substance abuse and HIV/AIDS awareness. Equally significant is the Sikkim SLSA and her leadership's contribution in extending care to those who are often the most neglected, individuals within the criminal justice system. Her leadership's initiative for the jail visits for counseling of inmates booked under SADA and NDPS laws brought hope into a space where despair is common. As a recovering drug addict myself, I can personally testify that these interactions have not only strengthened my own journey, but have transformed the mindset of many inmates, helping them find the courage to pursue recovery and rebuild their lives. In essence, a leadership's legacy is not limited to policy or speeches. It is reflected in a system where rehabilitation, aftercare, and correctional outreach function together as one integrated ecosystem, ensuring that recovery is not temporary but sustainable. Also, words fall short in capturing the depth and magnitude of a leadership's contribution to our community, our society, and to countless lives reclaimed from addiction. In conclusion, on this 77th Republic Day, we are reminded that the greatness of a republic is measured not by its power but by its compassion, how it treats those who have fallen and how it restores them with dignity. Therefore, on behalf of Serenity Home and on behalf of the entire recovering community, I extend our deepest gratitude and sincere respect to our Leadership Justice, Mrs. Meenakshi Madan Rai, and convey our regards to Honorable Chief Justice and dignitaries for standing with us in this mission. Our commitment that no addict seeking recovery need ever die without the chance to live a better life shall continue. This is not a farewell speech, not a concluding one or an end. We are sure that it is just the beginning. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Known for its colorful costumes, expressive movements, and lively music, the Maruni dance reflects happiness, love, and cultural pride, which is being presented by the students of Natraj Kala Kendra Singtam. Kindly welcome them with a warm round of applause. After an energetic performance by the Natraj Kala Kendra Singta, we shall now proceed to the prestigious segment of today's program, the commendation ceremony of the LSAs, Best Performing PLVs, Best Performing Legal Literacy Club in Schools, and Convict PLVs to acknowledge and honor their exemplary commitment, dedication, and outstanding service rendered in furtherance of legal services and social justice. May I now request Mrs. Shamika Sharma, Learned Member Secretary, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly usher our Honorable Chief Guest onto the stage for the presentation. The first segment of the ceremony is the presentation of mementos to the DLACs. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest to kindly do the honors of presenting the mementos to DLACs in recognition of their unwavering commitment and excellent work in the field of legal services. May I now invite Mr. N.G. Sherpa, Learned Principal District and Session Judge and Chairperson DLSA Gantor, onto the stage to kindly receive the memento on behalf of DLSA Gantor. May I now invite Mr. Zabyang Doji Sherpa, Learned Chief Judicial Magistrate and Secretary in Charge, DLSA East and North in Gangtok, onto the stage to kindly receive the mementos on behalf of DLSA's Mangan and Pakyong. May I now request Mr. Seshe Hang Subba, Learned Civil Judge cum Judicial Magistrate and Secretary in Charge DLSA South and West of Namchi, to kindly receive the mementos on behalf of DLSA's Namchi, Gazing and Soring. The next segment of the ceremony is the presentation of certificates and smartphones as a token of appreciation to the best performing PLVs of all DLSAs, whose tireless efforts at the grassroots level have played a crucial role in ensuring access to justice to all. May I now invite Ms. Pasang Kipu Lepcha, best performing PLV from DLSA Gangtok, onto the stage to receive the certificate and token of appreciation. May I now invite Ms. Nima Domabhutia, best performing PLV from DLSA Mangan, onto the stage to receive the certificate and token of appreciation. May I now invite Mrs. Lakshmi Tamang, best performing PLV from DLSA Namchi, onto the stage to receive the certificate and token of appreciation. I now invite Mrs. Sushma Pradhan, best performing PLV from DLSA Gazing, onto the stage to receive the certificate and token of appreciation. now invite Mr. Ringzing Wangal Sherpa, Best Performing PLV from DLSA Pakyong, onto the stage to receive the certificate and token of appreciation. May I now invite Mr. Thakur Mani Rai, Best Performing PLV from DLSA Soren, onto the stage to receive the certificate and token of appreciation. We shall now proceed to the next segment, which is the presentation of certificates and mementos to the best performing legal literacy club in schools. May I now request the Honorable Chief Guest to kindly do the honors of presenting the certificates of appreciation and mementos to the best performing legal literacy club in schools for their commendable contribution towards spreading legal awareness and nurturing a culture of legal consciousness from an early age. May I now request the teacher in charge of Pajo Namgyal Girls Senior Secondary School, Gangtok, to receive the certificate and memento for the best performing legal literacy club in Gangtok district. May I now request the teacher in charge of Tasa Tenge Government Senior Secondary School, Chungthang, to receive the certificate and memento for the best performing legal literacy club in Mangwat district. May I now request the teacher in charge of CM Rai Government Senior Secondary School, Omchu, to receive the certificate and memento for the best performing legal literacy club in Namchi district. May I now request the teacher in charge of Dambar Singh Memorial Senior Secondary School, Darab, to receive the certificate and memento for the best performing legal literacy club in Gazing district. May I now request the teacher in charge of Kipri Dinbul Government Senior Secondary School, Shri Badam, to receive the certificate and mementos for the best legal literacy club in Gazing district. The final category of this segment is the presentation of certificates and a cash prize of Rs 10,000 each to the three convict PLVs, namely Kendra Lepcha, Vishan Gurung and Sanjit Rai, manning the legal aid clinic at State Central Prison Ronge in recognition of their meaningful contribution towards legal aid and awareness within the correctional system. May I now request the Honorable Chief Guest to kindly do the honors of presenting the certificates of appreciation to the three convict PLVs, for which may I now request Mr. Sapitri Pradhan, Additional Superintendent of Police, State Central Prison Rongi, onto the stage for receiving the certificates on their behalf. The cash prize awarded to the convict PLVs shall be deposited in the respective savings account. Thank you, Your Lordship, for graciously presenting the certificates, and hearty congratulations to all the recipients for their well-deserved recognition and their continued dedication to the cause of justice and service to society. May I now request the learned panel advocates of Sikkim State Legal Services Authority to kindly present their musical performance, which is a medley of patriotic songs. Kindly welcome them with a warm round of applause. thank you to our learned panel advocates for invoking the feeling of patriotism through their melodious performance. We now move on to a very special segment of today's program, distribution of certificates of appreciation to the caretakers in charge of old age homes for their selfless service and invaluable contribution towards the care of displaced, marginalized, and destitute senior citizens. May I now request Mrs. Matilda Isaacs, Consultant Sikkim SLSA, to kindly usher our guest of honor onto the stage for presentation. May I now request the Honorable Chief Guest of Honor to kindly do the honors of presenting the certificates of appreciation to the caretakers in charge of old age homes. May I now invite Ms. Pasankit Lepcha from Kintek Rial Sam Raktung Kintek onto the stage to kindly receive the certificate of appreciation. May I now invite Mr. Moni Ramrai from Old Age Home Jalipul onto the stage to kindly receive the certificate of appreciation. May I now invite Mr. Pasam Shirin Bhutia from Jesta Nagrik Seva Samman Kendra Namchi onto the stage to kindly receive the certificate of appreciation. Your leadership for graciously presenting the certificates, and hearty congratulations to all the recipients for their commendable service to society. May I now invite the staff of Sikkim SLSA to make their presentation, which is a song titled Jahabakcha Tista Rangi, that beautifully reflects the pride, culture, and natural beauty of Sikkim. Kindly welcome them with a warm round of applause. After a heartwarming performance by the staff of Sikkim SLSA, may I now request our guest of honor, Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Nadan Rai, Judge High Court of Sikkim and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly address the august gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Sikkim, other esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the amount of accolades that I have received, my head is still spinning, and I really appreciate it, but I must say that the credit for the achievements of the Legal Services Authority rests not only on me, but on the teamwork and all the support and hard work that the Legal Services Authority, all staff officers have put in. So I extend my appreciation and gratitude to all officers and staff of the Legal Services Authority for all that we have achieved in the 10 years. Today, as we gather to celebrate the 77th Republic Day of our nation, we commemorate not only the adoption of our Constitution, but the enduring ideals that define the soul of India: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. This day reminds us that a democracy is sustained not by words alone, but by institutions and individuals who remain committed to these principles every single day. The judiciary occupies a unique and vital place in this constitutional framework, entrusted with the responsibility of interpreting and protecting the Constitution. Courts serve as the final refuge for citizens seeking fairness and dignity. Every Republic Day renews our collective resolve to ensure that the rule of law prevails over arbitrariness and that constitutional morality guides every exercise of power. Sikkim, with its rich heritage of harmony, environmental consciousness, and inclusive growth, reflects the very essence of constitutional unity in diversity. Serving in the state is a privilege and has reaffirmed my belief that justice must always remain accessible, sensitive, and responsive to the needs of society. Law must not remain confined to books and courtrooms. It must reach the lives of ordinary people. On this occasion, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of all stakeholders who strengthen the justice delivery system. The honorable judges of the High Court, through their wisdom and integrity, uphold the credibility of the institution. The bar plays a vital role in shaping legal discourse and safeguarding ethical advocacy. The officers and staff of this court ensure that the machinery of justice functions with precision and dedication. Together, we form a collective commitment to constitutional governance. Republic Day also calls upon us to introspect. As our nation progresses economically and technologically, we must ensure that growth is accompanied by fairness, inclusion, and respect for human dignity. The Constitution is a living document. It evolves with time, yet its core values remain eternal. It is our duty to ensure that these values are not diluted by convenience, pressure, or expediency. In recent years, we have witnessed rapid change, digital transformation of courts, increased access to justice initiatives, and growing public awareness of rights. These developments offer hope, but they also demand responsibility. The judiciary must continue to adapt while preserving independence, impartiality, and public trust. The State Legal Services Authority has done much to contribute to making justice accessible. And with the experience of the Honorable Chief Justice now, it will bring to the High Court and legal services new heights and achievements. The Republic Day carries a personal significance for me, as it is the final occasion on which I have the privilege of addressing you all in this capacity. It therefore becomes an opportunity of reaffirmation of faith in this institution, in the Constitution, and in the future of our judiciary. I remain confident that the High Court of Sikkim will continue to uphold constitutional values with courage and integrity and will remain a pillar of justice for generations to come. As we salute the tricolour today, let us remember that patriotism is not only expressed in celebration, but in daily commitment, in honest service, ethical conduct, and unwavering dedication to the rule of law. May our republic continue to grow stronger, more inclusive, and more just. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Your Leadership, for those insightful and inspiring words. May I now request our Chief Guest,
15 to 2025 mind okay. You have undertaken such a wonderful work. I appreciate each one of you involved in the projects and implementing schemes. I salute each of and the work you have undertaken in this state of city. But I must also acknowledge my sister, Meenakshi. Of course, she said that she would be the last occasion being present as a legal assistant chairperson today and addressing you. But your work will be remembered for the time to come. With all the workshops, is testimony of your hard work, commitment, and devotion to the cause which we are taking. Well, I was also chairman of the Legal Service Authority nearly two years and 3 months. I wrote nearly 52,000, more than 52,000 judgments, but nothing gave me happiness of being the chairman of the Legal Service Authority. The kind of impact we can create in the society and those who seek our help and assistance. I always found happiness in those things rather than what we deliver to the judgment after education. Each life is important for us to remain precious. What happens in the courtrooms is not necessarily a reflection of justice, but what happened to the legal service is a reflection of justice. The poor, downtrodden, marginalized, who have never been heard before, heard through the voice, heard through the platform of legal service. For us, those who are involved, those who are in charge, are not afraid it's a constitutional court. But those PLBs, all others, actually for them, it's a service, social service. It's come to the bottom of their commitment, the social cause they are undertaking. We also need to evolve with the time with some of the schemes, because some need to customize schemes in tune with the needs of the society. Often I find we forget some of the aspects of legal service authority when we implement it. Of course, when I saw the schemes, various projects here on the table, we have reached out to all the students, convicts, Gregorics. When the two of them spoke, it came out of their heart. They spoke with emotions. Just because of you, they are here today. But there are many whom we can help in different ways. That's what I tried. That's what I did in Kerala, establishing victim rights center. So the lawyers, with the help of lawyers, they did a pro bono service. We could make a difference to their life. We categorized the women prisoners also the victims of circumstances. Many of the prisoners were undergoing imprisonment, the sentence, but because of the circumstances in which they are undergoing, not just that they have deliberately done harm to individuals or society, but because of the circumstances, and they may continue to be like a criminal even after the release from the prison because of they are no offense, because mainstream society will not accept them. So we need to mentor those prisons. We need to identify those prisons. Similarly, these young minds who are here presented, the dance and all the son, they also need to be mentored some of them may be in orphans. They believe the entire society will abandon them. We need to lend our hand. And don't think we'll bring them in like any other citizens. So we need to customize some of our schemes, mentoring them, giving some support, psychologically or whatever support we can give extensively. So I'm sure that the team, the legal service authority, will look into this aspect and take forward this initiative much higher level. Once again, I congratulate all of the team for the kind of initiative undertaken. And I have not seen any building like the building now occupied by the Legal Service Authority. We have very big space constraints in Kerala. Our Legal Service Authority is occupying 1,000 square feet, but I saw a kind of palatial building here. It's a kind of infrastructure, state of art here. Definitely we will utilize those infrastructure for betterment of society. And with these words, I thank one and all for the opportunity to speak with you today. Jai.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for that enlightening address. May I now request Mr. Praveen Pradhan, Deputy Secretary, Sikkim SLSA, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammed, the Chief Justice, High Court of Sikkim, and Patron-in-Chief, Sikkim State Legal Services Authority, Ms. Aisha Zina Hinja, Daughter of the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Madhura, Judge, High Court of Sikkim and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim State Legal Services Authority, Sir Roger Ranjit Rai, former Managing Director, SIMPET, Learned Judicial Officers, Learned Additional Advocate General of Sikkim, Learned Designated Senior Advocates, Learned Panel Advocates, Executive Members of the Bar, Officers and Officials of High Court of Sikkim and Sikkim SLSA, caretakers and members of rehabilitation centers and old age homes, paralegal volunteers, teachers in charge and students of legal literacy clubs in school, dear children from various institutions, members of the media, a very good afternoon. On the proud occasion of the 77th Republic Day, it is my honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of Sikkim State Legal Services Authority. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammed Mustafa, the Chief Justice, High Court of Sikkim, and Patron-in-Chief, Sikkim State Legal Services Authority, for taking time out of a demanding schedule to be with us and to enlighten us on the significant national occasion. Your Lordship's guidance and vision continue to be a great source of inspiration for judiciary, the legal fraternity, and citizens alike. Thank you, Lordship. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Honorable Mrs. Justice Meenakshi Madhura, Judge, High Court of Sikkim, and Executive Chairperson, Sikkim State Legal Services Authority, for the invaluable guidance and leadership extended to the Sikkim State Legal Services Authority since 2015. Over the years, your leadership's vision, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to justice have played a pivotal role in strengthening access to legal aid and ensuring that the benefits of the justice delivery system reach the most vulnerable section of the society. On behalf of the Sikkim SLSA, I express our heartfelt gratitude and sincere thanks to your leadership for this exemplary contribution. We remain deeply indebted and look forward to continued inspiration for your esteemed guidance. Thank you, Leadership. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the learned panel advocate of Sikkim SLSA. The passion and emotion you brought in today's presentation conveyed the spirit of patriotism, which touched our hearts deeply and reminded us of the value that unite us as a nation. I extend my heartfelt congratulations and sincere appreciation to all the best performing paralegal volunteers whose dedication, selfless service, and tireless efforts at the grassroots level have made legal aid accessible to the needy and marginalized. Your commitment truly reflects the spirit of justice at the doorsteps. I also express my deep gratitude and congratulations to all the district legal services authorities and Taluk Legal Services committees for your proactive initiative, effective implementation of the legal aid schemes. The innovation programs under the aegis of Sikkim SLSA have significantly strengthened the legal services delivery system. My sincere appreciation is also extended to the caretakers of all the homes whose compassionate service and unwavering care for senior citizens stands as a shining example of humanity, dignity, and social responsibility. Your service is a true inspiration to all of us. I further acknowledge and commend the efforts of the legal literacy clubs whose enthusiasm and sustained activities have played a vital role in spreading legal awareness and empowering students, especially the youth, with knowledge of their rights and duties. A very special word of thanks to the children of Child Care Institution Bojogari, Rainbow Children Home, Lindo, Nityananjali Dance Academy Tadung, and Natraj Kala Kendra Singtam, whose enthusiastic talent and vibrant participation have brought life and joy to this celebration. You are the future of our nation, and your smiles and confidence remind us of our collective responsibility to nurture and protect you. I take this opportunity to express my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to the Registry of the Honorable High Court of Sikkim for sparing the auditorium and banquet hall for today's program. I would like to extend my gratitude to all the honorable dignitaries, officers, staff members, organizers, and supporters who work tirelessly behind the scenes to make this 77th Republic Day celebration a grand success. Finally, I thank each and everyone present here for joining us in celebrating the value of liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice enshrined in our Constitution. With heartfelt gratitude, I once again extend my sincere thanks to each and everyone present here. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Before we proceed to the banquet hall for lunch, we shall have a group photo outside the auditorium with the honorable dignitaries. To ensure an organized process, we shall have a group photograph with the learned judicial officers and members of the bar, followed by the best performing PAPs, teachers in charge of legal literacy clubs, representatives from old age homes and rehabilitation centers, and participants of the cultural program, and thereafter with the officers and staff of Sikkim SLSA. Thank you for your kind cooperation, and Jai Hind.